Welcome to day 5 of the Become a Rich Woman 5-day training series for women entrepreneurs. Welcome. I am so excited to be with you. And this is day 5. This series has been incredible, hasn't it? I have really, oh my gosh, this has been amazing. I have really enjoyed hosting it. These guests have been amazing, and I'm going to end it on a powerful note for you today. So, we had 4 amazing guests, and today I am here with you, Yolanda Ransom, the Maximize Your Money Maven. Hello, Chanel. Hi, how are you? So great to see you. And so I'm going to end it on a powerful note because the whole idea, ladies, the series, this is all about how to take what you have been hearing and learning. Thank you so much, Chanel. Thank you. And I'm going to do it some more today. I have a superb, amazing training today. And yeah, so the whole idea is thank you. Thank you so much, Chanel. I really appreciate it. And so the whole idea is, ladies, to take this and to take this energy and take this and use this. Use what you have heard, what you have learned, what you have seen, and to take action on this. So that is what I'm going to talk to you about today. Hello, Deborah. Hi, so glad to see you. So today I'm going to be talking about the top 2 things to propel you to becoming a rich woman faster. Because this is serious. This is really what this series is about, right? Becoming a rich woman entrepreneur and not having to settle for, making so much and only getting a certain point. And you want to be rich, right? I mean, if you want to be rich, you can say so in the chat, say it in the comments. A rich woman, that is my aim. A rich woman. I did not start a business to just get by. And I know that you did not either. And that's why you're here in the series. So, ladies, so I'm going to do a training for you today. And you can feel free to comment, ask questions throughout the training. I am going to do a Q&A at the end as well. But the idea is going to be interactive. So feel free to share comments, questions along the way. And I'm going to share 2 strategies that are going to help you to propel you so you can do it faster, right? Because 2021 is coming and we got 2020, and this is the way to end this stronger and start your 2021 well and move faster toward becoming a rich woman or a richer woman, right? If you have a lot, you want to make more. There is nothing wrong with that. It took me a long time to get to the point where I was like, I want a whole lot of money, right? It's like there's so much stigma. No, there's no stigma. This life, the universe, God, your belief, whatever it is, they want you to have abundance. They want you to have so much that you don't have to worry. And there is plenty. So that's what this is about. So I am going to get started on the training, ladies. So a lot of you don't know me very well, or you don't know me at all. And a lot of you have joined, and I welcome you to the group. So I'm going to tell you a little about myself. So again, my name is Yolanda Ransom, and I'm a native New Yorker. So I was born and raised in New York. And the truth of the matter is, my family, we had very, very little money. Really, really no money, right? So as I grew up, I didn't have money. I was used to not having what I wanted and, and not knowing how to handle it, because when you have none, right, there's nothing to teach you, right? You don't have anything. So I kept growing up, and there was one point when I was around 14, I remember I've always been a bookworm, and I didn't care about boys and all of that. But around 14, I started to wake up, and I was like, okay, I like a couple of boys here or there, whatever. I want to look a little better, so I went to my mom. I was like, could you please buy me some school clothes this year? Because I finally started to care about my clothes. And she was like, I can't do it. She didn't have the money. She's like, I can't do it. I'm sorry, but unfortunately, I don't have it, honey. And she was like, you're going to need to get a job. So that was the beginning of me working. So I got a summer job. And so I got the summer job, and I was so happy to make money. It was the first time I made money, like my own money that I could keep. And it was a summer job, summer youth employment program. A lot of you may have heard of it. It's for lower income families. And I was able to work that summer, and I made money. And I was picking up litter. I didn't care. I was like, I am making money. And this was like when minimum wage was $3.35 an hour, ladies. So if you've been around my time and my generation, wow, that was a while ago. But the point is, I earned the money and I was so excited. And so I've always worked since then. And I kept working. And as I got older, I made more money, but I didn't know how to handle it because I had never had gained the skills. So I moved back to New York around 2000 because I had worked with a nonprofit organization for a while, and they weren't paying me any real money. I was doing a lot of charity type work and just getting a stipend, so I didn't have any real money. And I want to make some money finally. I need some money. You get older. You're like, hey, you know what? I want my own apartment. I want this. I want that. So I moved back to New York, but I had no money. I had no savings. I had one little credit card with like $400 on it. It was like one of those secured cards. If you know what that is, ladies, that card, the kind of card where whatever you pay, you have to pay them up front to use the card. So if it's $400 limit, you pay $400 and then you spend it, and they want to make sure you're going to pay them back and that they're not going to lose money. So they make you secure it. And then as you start to show that you are paying it back, then they don't make you pay up at front anymore. So that's what I had. But the thing is, I handled that one little card well. So as I got my job, I was able to get more credit, and I kept getting more credit, and I was making more money. But the thing was, because I came back to New York with no money, no savings, right? Very little credit. I needed furniture. I got an apartment. I had no money. So what did I do? I applied for credit and I got it with no problem. So I got my IKEA furniture and I'm going and I'm setting up and I'm living. And as I kept doing things, they kept offering me more credit cards. So I would go to a store, I would go to Macy's, I would go here, I would go there, and they kept offering me credit because I was handling it so well. But the problem became that after a bit, you know, it stopped being what I needed and it became what I wanted. So now I want to buy some strawberry clothes. I go to Strawberries. They say, hey, we'll give you a card. I go to Spiegel's online. We'll give you a card. So I kept getting cards and I kept spending. I was so glad to have this ability to buy things. And what happened was I quickly, like within 2 years or so, it was very fast. I quickly ran up over $12,000 in credit card debt, right? It was so fast. And I kept paying the minimums, but the thing was, as I kept spending and I kept having a balance, right? Ladies, when you don't pay off all your credit cards, it's called a balance, right? It keeps rolling over. They keep adding interest. So I was paying the minimums, but what finally happened was the minimums began to become so much a part of my paycheck that they became hard to pay. So I was paying more minimums on this card. I had this card. I had that card. And so one day I was sitting at work and I'm sitting at my job. I had a job as a customer service call center lady in a company where they did arbitration. So I'm sitting there and I'm like stressing out. I'm like, because I realize I have a bill to pay. It's my phone bill or my cable bill. I don't really remember which one. I just know it was like $100 or $200. And I was like, I don't know where I'm going to find the money because the minimum started taking up so much of my money. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, how am I going to get the money? Because in my family, I was the one who was making the most money. I was the one who had the best jobs. Even among my friends, I had another friend, she worked for college. My other friend, she worked at a retail store. So I was doing very, very well compared to the people that I knew. And so I wasn't telling them, like, I was having these problems. I didn't want to tell them, I'm going through this. Like, that didn't look good. You don't want to look like that, right? So I was like, nah, I'm going to just try to figure this out. So I decided I was going to take out a payday loan. And I was sitting there, I was like, oh yeah, remember the TV commercial? A payday loan. I was like, yes, that's it. So I applied and sure enough, they approved me and I got my payday loan and I was very happy because they sent the money, they put it in the bank account within like a couple days. I was like, yes, I got this bill paid. I was so relieved for about 30 seconds because I had no idea what I signed. And I don't know, have you ever been there where you're like, you want something so bad or you feel a need for this loan or whatever, you just sign it. I just signed it. I didn't know what it meant. I didn't understood what I signed. And then I quickly became to realize that this thing it was like one of the worst mistakes I could have ever made because the interest on that payday loan, it was unbelievable. It was like 2 or 3 times what the payday loan was. It's like 200%. I'm telling you, these payday loans, they're horrific. And in New York, they're no longer illegal. But I was in New York at the time and I took out this loan, and oh my gosh, it was horrible because I thought it was going to be the same way as a credit card insurance. So I'm thinking, okay, they took out the money, they got it out of my check. I'm good. I'm good. No, I was not good at all because they only took out what I borrowed. Then they had all this interest, and I couldn't afford to pay the interest in that check. So what happened? Whatever was left rolled over again. They put more of that super high interest, and it kept rolling over and rolling over. And it got to the point where I was looking at this thing I got paid like twice a month. I'm like, what's going on? I can't pay this off. It was so frightening because it was getting to the point where I wasn't going to be able to pay my rent. And I'm telling you, ladies, at this time, my finances were in such bad shape that I had already done one time. I had already got to a point where I didn't pay all my rent. I was like, I sent them almost all the rent except like $25. I'm thinking it's no big deal. I'll pay that 25 on the next check. They were like, I mean, on the next rent payment, they were like, oh, no, no, no. Within like 2 days, they're sending me a notice. We are going to evict you. You need to pay this up. I was like, oh my God. Like I didn't really get this, how serious this was with paying your bills, staying current. So I had already come to that point previously. So I was like, I cannot do that again. So I realized I needed to do something. So because I couldn't manage the payment, I went to my friend. My friend who worked at the retail store, making way less money than me. So I'll tell you, ladies, I was so ashamed. I felt so ashamed because, like I said, I had a better job than her. I was making more money and she was making less, but she was able, because she was managing her money better, to help me. So she was very kind. She lent me the money and I paid off all of that payday loan. I got it out of my life and I was so happy. But I realized, wait a minute, you know what? I am not done. Now I'm still left with my original debt. I still had the money, the money issues where I couldn't pay that. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make some changes. And that's when I started to really get serious about my money, and I started getting learning. I started talking to financial experts. I started paying financial people. I started taking courses. I started studying, researching, and trying different strategies. And with doing that, I was able to get debt free in under 10 years. All 12,000 paid off. No bankruptcy, nothing. I paid it off and I saved $62,000 during that same period. And it was because of the things that I learned and the things that I did and the changes I made with my money and my mindset. That was so much of it. And so I've worked for financial companies for years now. So that's the thing, ladies. I've had clients, and I see this all the time. People who work for a financial company, you think, oh, they got it together. What you know and what you help your clients with is not necessarily what you incorporate in your life. And it may not be the same things you're doing, and you still may not know how to really successfully manage your money. And that was true for me. I worked for H&R Block as a customer service person. I worked for Chase Mellon Shareholders. I did a lot of different work at different companies and helping people. I did payroll. And so I want to tell you how I became the Maximize Your Money Maven. So all these years, I started finally getting my money right. I got debt free. I started saving. I was able to travel and pay off everything in full. I was debt free. It was so amazing. I was like, oh, my credit card debt is gone. It was so liberating. And so at this time, I was working for a company where they pay people in television and radio commercials. And I would do the checks, the payroll checks. I would, do the processing. I would enter the data. We would cut the checks. And a lot of times people would call. They'd be like, okay, I got my check. Can you tell me why I got paid this, or why I didn't get this, or where's this amount? And I would break down the checks for them and the payments and how they got paid. And it got to a point, people would be on the phone, and some of them would be in a lot of commercials. You see people in commercials. I used to, some of them I used to be like paying them in the commercials. And they're making money, but they would be telling me how, they're having challenges in between. They're struggling and they don't have enough coming in. And, it was then when I started to get like, and I was like, I want to help people with their money, like really managing, not just cut them a check, not just break down, okay, you got 5 hours of pay here, wet pay, all these different little things in commercial industry. Wet pay, smoke pay, all this other stuff. When they get when they get wet in a commercial, they pay them a little more. They have smoke, all these little things, right? So I would tell them that. I was like, these people need some real help, right? And I had seen how I was able to take control of my money. And I saw what it did for me, and I wanted to help people do that myself. So that is what happened. I was like, this was around 2009, 2012, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna leave this job because oh, what Joanne was saying yesterday about purpose. Oh my gosh, that resonated with me so much. I felt so empty. I was, when she was saying, I was like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what she's talking about. I was so empty. I knew what I was doing. I did very well. I've always done well in my jobs, and I knew what I was doing and with helping people. I mean, with the payroll and stuff, I still would help people, but not the way I wanted to. And I was very unhappy, very, very unhappy in that environment, in that job. I was miserable. I was miserable. Every day I was complaining to people, right? So they were tired of me. And then finally I was like, you know, I'm going to live my purpose. So I quit the job. I returned to school, and I got my degree, and I became a financial counselor. And I became a certified financial counselor. I'm certified by New York City's Department of Consumer Affairs, and I help clients. And so I worked for them for a little while, but I was really working with women like me, a lot of black women, a lot of women, and I would see the challenges they had in their jobs, with their money, with their businesses. And I was like, I want to work with women. I want to work with the women. The women, we are the ones who are handling the checks. We're the ones taking care of the money most of the time in the household, almost always. And I'm like, women are the ones who are managing the money for the family. So the better they can manage the money, the better a family does, the better everybody does, all their extended family. And I was like, I'm going to help women. So that's when I started the Maximize Your Money Maven. So I started my business in 2017. And since then, I've been helping women entrepreneurs and professional women to maximize their money. So I just wanted to tell you about my story and a lot of what I went through and a lot of the challenges. And I started my first business around 2011. I sing, so I started my business, and that helped me get my feet wet with starting a business and just really living my purpose. Like, because I wanted to sing. That was one of the things that I wouldn't do when I was at these jobs. I wanted to sing, and nobody was stopping me but me. And finally, I was like, I'm gonna sing, and if people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. Of course, I was scared and I put myself out there, but then I got such a great reception from the people who liked me, who liked what I did, and I made money, and I still make money from it. And now I'm doing this work. So, yeah. Hello, Joyce Lynn. Um, Great. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop now. I see. I'm glad. Oh, I'm so glad you're off and you're able to to see the live my live training. Thank you. I desire to be a rich woman too. That's it, girl. Nothing like having your own and amazing work ethic. Thank you. Yep. So yeah. So thank you. I'm so glad to see you here as well. And yeah. So that's what motivated me to start my business. And so ladies, so now I will continue with our training for today. So like I said, feel free to interact, ask questions, and there will be a Q&A at the end. So I told you I'm going to be bringing together everything from this week and how to move forward on this. So one of the main things that I'm going to talk to you about today, one of the top two things to propel you to becoming a rich woman faster, is flexibility, right? Having flexibility. Um, Natasha talked about this a lot in her interview, because she was saying how she was in jobs, she was in situations, and she would find another way to have what she wanted. And that is so important, and it's absolutely necessary to become a rich woman, because this is the thing. When you are really aiming to become a rich woman, you cannot keep holding on to doing things a certain way because that's what you used to and what you know. You need to learn how to be adaptable and flexible and find another strategy. So let me explain, for example, like when this pandemic hit, one of the things, I would say to ladies all the time is, get more credit. Like when it started, I said, make sure you get more credit because you want to have a resource to back up any potential cash flow issues, or, if your income drops or whatever during the pandemic. So, so anyone, who was handling their credit poorly or not very well, or who wasn't really taking that advice, then when it set in, they were not able to get more credit. Because I don't know if you've noticed this, but the companies have tightened up. Yeah, American Express. I looked at them one day. They wouldn't even take any application. It didn't matter what your credit score was because they're trying to minimize their risk. So, if you're thinking, okay, I'll just apply for credit now or whatever, you need to change strategies. You need to know how to do that. And like your student loan, right? A lot of ladies, I know you have student loans. Um, the strategy that you're using, you need to adjust it. Right now, you have a chance to reduce your student loan debt, ladies, a whole lot. Federal loans, especially, almost all federal loans, and even private loans. I did a training on this recently. If you're still just staring at your student loan, feeling overwhelmed, this strategy, you're not taking advantage of an opportunity to pay it down right now. And so that's what I mean. To just keep doing things, you need to be aware of what's happening and how to implement changes. And one of the things is that when you only know certain things, then you can only do what you know. That's why it's important to find out new ways and work with people that will help you with a strategy. And one of the things that uh, Natasha said again was that she uses a coach for everything. And ladies, I'm a coach, and you know that. But I'm going to tell you, no matter what, it's not just because I'm a coach. Like, you need to work with someone with expertise and experience and who knows strategies and information that you don't know, because you only know what you know, and you get stuck there when you are only sticking to yourself. Um, yeah, Joanne said the same thing yesterday. She was like, you can't get a different result with the same thing you're doing, right? You can't. Like, notice, you've been there, I've been there too. And I'm telling you, I would not be the Maximize Your Money Maven today if I did not have the amazing business coach that I have. And that is the honest to God truth. Because when you hit challenges that you don't understand, or that you have never been through, or you don't know how to navigate, or you think it's just you, right? You might think it's just you. Oh, they're not giving me credit, and you feel upset and you're lost. No, it's everybody, well, most people at this time, right? When you don't know that, then you will take it as defeat. You will stop. You will not make the progress. You will not make the changes. So it's so critical to be flexible, but that requires you also having the ability ladies, I don't know if the thing's coming through okay. It's saying they're having trouble playing this video. Hopefully you can see me okay. Let's see if I am live here. Okay, I see myself. Hopefully you can still see me. So I didn't use Zoom today, so hopefully this is going okay. Please let me know in the chat if you can see me, all right? Okay? Or if it's still coming through, because I'm seeing this big old message up here. So let me know, okay? So yeah, when you don't know what else to do, then what happens is that you start to think that this is the only solution when there really are other solutions available to you. So let me check here for a minute. Let me see if ladies, yeah, please let me know if you see me here. Well, let me know comments, because Facebook is tripping me out right now. And I can't see anything happening. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Use camera. Yeah, ladies, let me know, please. I don't see anything here. I think I might use Zoom for this. Yeah, so, okay, it's saying it's moving, so I'm gonna hope that it is, but please leave me a comment. So, yeah, so one of the things that is, when you are not, when you don't know what to do, then you can stop and you lose steam, and you don't make the progress that you want to make. And yeah, keep checking here, because I can't really see anything on my phone. I cannot see. Okay, let's see what the comments say. Okay, great. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. Yay. Okay, I'll keep going. So weird on my end because it's black. Okay, anyway. So yeah, so the thing is that when you have a challenge, if you don't have someone that you can go to for flexibility, who can give you a new strategy. That is what stops a lot of women from becoming rich women, because they're relying only on themselves. They're relying only on what they know. And that is not the way to become a rich woman. So one of the things too, like I know this, and I don't know Oprah personally, ladies, but you know these women that are really rich, right? They don't just stop at themselves. They don't just look to themselves for the answers. And that's how you can become a rich woman. And flexibility comes when you have someone you can really count on and that you can go to, that you trust. And like that was one of the key things Joanne said yesterday. There's a lot of people out here with financial information, and you need to find somebody that you can trust, somebody that you can go to, that you know can really help you get the results, and that you trust them with your money, because that is going to make the key difference between you staying where you are and finding new strategies and new ways of doing things. And so I'm going to check here again just to make sure I see everything okay. Beautiful. Okay. So another thing too, ladies, is you know, whoops, I hear myself. So the thing is that there's a flexibility that's absolutely needed for you to continue. And another thing too that I want to talk about here, when you have your business finances, you have your personal finances, they're very different, right? Rosetta brought that up. That was a really true point. She was like, you cannot handle them the same way. And that's one of the issues for us women entrepreneurs. We'll be like, well, I can't have debt with my business credit. But the thing is, like she said, when you're a businesswoman, you don't handle your business and your personal finances the same way. If you don't know that, you're going to be sitting there feeling bad because you have debt for your business. Maybe you don't have credit card debt, but the thing is, they're very different and they impact you differently. And you need to understand how they do that. And you need to know how to handle both of them. So, yeah, one of the things I want to talk about, I have a client that I've been working with for a while, and she has credit card debt, right? She has it. And she got to a point where she was like me, she was overloaded. She was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do. She's stressed out all the time. And I worked with her to find a way to repay it where it eased the burden, where she was able to manage her payments, where she was able to do it differently, and it freed up so much money. And her credit score went up like 50 points in 3 months, right? So one of the things is, if you don't know, or you're scared to try a strategy because you don't know what it's going to do, then that's when you need someone that can help you with a new way of doing it. So you can do it and you be flexible and you keep changing. And you notice too, ladies, as a businesswoman, right? You can't keep doing the same thing, right? Like we see how much has gone on. You cannot keep doing the same strategy when things keep changing. And so that's the same thing with your personal money. So flexibility is absolutely vital, and you need someone that you can go to that can help you with that flexibility. So you're doing it in a way that is going to get you the results that you want. You're not going to just keep doing a crapshoot, because that's the other thing, ladies. When the longer that you keep trying things and you're not sure, you're losing money. You're losing your opportunity to become richer. And that was one thing Joanne said, and I resonated so much with this yesterday. She was like, if you're running around here, you want this free information and that free information, that is not going to do it for you, right? And I want to say, ladies, I'm in this personal finance space, and I see a lot of different ladies. They're in this group, and they're in that group, and they're in that group, and some of them in my group. And I know that there's a lot of free training out there. But again, you're not going to become a rich woman by just trying to this piecemeal thing, this piecemeal training. You're not, because or let's say this, I can't say you won't, but it's going to take you way, way longer if you ever do. So that's why it's really important to make sure, whether it's me, whether it's someone else, whether it's Natasha, whether it's somebody else, you work with someone that is going to help you with your business finances and your personal finances, because you have the amazing opportunity and the amazing situation where you are managing two. And while that is also extremely, extremely full of so much potential, it's also another set of challenges that you want to learn how to navigate better. So the first thing is flexibility. That is one of the top two things. You need a flexible strategy. You need to have flexibility in how you are managing your money. and not just stick with something that's not working. That's what Joanne said too yesterday. She's like, she looks at her money. Do I have something, right? She says, am I selling a program that's really not making me money? And another one is, right? You don't keep doing that, so you don't do that with your money either, your business or your personal finances. And so the other thing too is that the next strategy here, very, very, very important. You heard so many good things, right? Rosetta was saying how, tracking your money, right? That is critical for women entrepreneurs. Um, you heard from Angelique, ownership, right? That is the key. Like for us to have ownership. If you have a business, but you don't have it owned. And what I mean by own is this: you don't legally have your business registered, ladies. If you are doing a great business and you're growing and you're running around and your business is not set up properly, and when I say properly, I mean registered legally. Because the thing is, with ownership, right? Every time you hear about ownership, um, ownership always traces back, almost in every case in this society, to what? A piece of paper, right? A piece of paper. When you own a house, right? You have a mortgage. You own your car. You have the whatever it's called. I don't have a car. The lease is when you're leasing it, but then you have the car note, right? So, when you own something, you have a piece of paper, a document. It's something that has to be legally in place. Same thing with your business. You need to legally register it. It needs to be protected, right? So for that to happen, you need to implement. You need to learn how to register your business. If you haven't done it, that is something you really urgently want to learn how to do, because the thing is that if you don't have a protected business, then that means that this ugly thing that can happen is you can get sued, right? And it's very ugly, but that is one of the things with business. You have a business, it's growing, you have clients, you're making money, you're getting more visible, it's beautiful, but that also makes more possible the opportunity or the possibility of someone taking legal action. You have a client who's not happy with you. You've done your best, but they just ain't happy, right? So the bottom line is, when you have a business, yes, great. Thank you, Joycelyn. I'm so glad. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. And Deborah has done the same. Thank you, ladies. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, so the bottom line is, when you have a business and you need to protect it and you need to implement. See, ladies, I know, because I know how I am. I learned a lot of things, but the way I was able to turn my money around, and the way I'm still able to do so, is implementing. That is the crux of it. That's the hard part, right? Let's be real. That's the hard part. You hear so many good things. Tracking your money, like Rosetta said, using a business credit card. That was one of the things she said that she didn't know when she started her business. She's like, I didn't know I need a business credit card, right? That is vital. And a lot of women are still using personal credit cards. Joanne mentioned yesterday, when she does her finances, she separates them. So many women, mishmash. It's a mishmash. This is not going to help you become a rich woman. Why? Because when you are not separating your business and your personal finances, when you don't have your business registered properly, that means that, like I said, first of all, when you're not protected legally, you could lose your home, you could lose your car, somebody could sue you and take everything. And so that's why you want to make sure you have your business set up, and you want to implement registering it officially and in the best way, so that you're protected. And the other thing is with your finances, with the money, like when you need to know how to track it, you need to have a system, a financial system. You need to have a business credit card. You need business insurance. Ladies, that's something that I realized I didn't have. And I was like, I got to get this insurance, because business insurance is something so many women entrepreneurs don't have or don't even think about. And we think we don't need it, but it's the same thing. You want your business to be protected if someone takes legal action. Even after you go ahead and register it, that's one level of protection. But the insurance, like, what does insurance do? If someone does sue you, the insurance company will pay the claim. That's the idea, so that all your money is not now going to somebody who has sued you. So this is really important, and these are some of the critical things that are in place. But what happens is the implementation part doesn't happen, because women are overwhelmed or confused. And I had the wonderful pleasure of working with a client recently, and we got her business registered. And I cannot tell you, she was so full of joy. She did this. She was trying to do this for years. For years, she was trying to register it. But I think the process was overwhelming. It was confusing to her. So I walked her through it. And what I'm saying is that implementation is what leads to becoming a rich woman. Like you see with Angelique, she was talking about courses and doing things that are going to help you with income streams. Implementation, showing up, she said, showing up consistently. Implementation. And this is where all of us have challenges. All of us have it in different areas in our lives. So for you to become a rich woman, you want to identify, where am I having the most challenge with implementing? What is it that is stopping me? Or if you're not sure, talk to someone who can help you get clarity on what's stopping you so you can find a solution. There was a lady who recently signed up on my mailing list. It was so nice to meet her. But whoops, there's my microphone cover, ladies. Um, I'm very expressive, as you see. The lady wrote me and she was like, I'm so stressed out about my money because she saw my email, because I tell ladies about my story, about how I started with the credit card debt and how I got free from that and how I got financially free. And she was telling me this and I was like, well, let's see if I can help you, but I never heard from her. And again, I'm not saying, she's got to talk to me, but what I'm saying is, you know, if you're at a place of overwhelm and you want a change, or you need some guidance, or you want some support, that's the implementation part. And finding someone that can help you to do that is key. And Natasha said she has a money coach, she has a book coach, she has a business coach, and I have a business coach. I have a money mindset coach, right? So all of these things are really critical. And implementation. One of the things that I was talking to Joanne about yesterday, when we were done with the interview, we were just chatting, and I said to her, one of the things that I have seen that always boggles my mind is um, how most people, right? Most people who are not really serious about becoming rich, they will spend money on all these things. A lot of women will spend money on, hair, and again, ladies, I'm not saying you can't spend on your hair. Please don't misread me. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that they will spend a whole lot of money and drop a whole lot of money on other things, a trip, even going to school to make money, but they won't spend money to get help with their money. And that's crazy, right? Because your money is needing you to invest in getting help with it so you can have more. The very thing that would help you to have more money is what needs to happen. You invest money, time, and energy with someone, a financial person that will help you to make more money, to become richer, to make better use of your money, to grow your money, to multiply your money. And so that is one of the things that always boggles me, how people won't do that part. And that is one of the surest ways to get more money. Hello, Joanne. How are you? Hello, hello. So ladies, those are the two things that I really wanted to talk about today. Is the flexibility is so important, and that is absolutely necessary when you want to become a rich woman. Adjusting and having the right guidance, right? The right guidance so that when you adjust, it's going to get you the results that you want. And also the implementation. Implementation is the area where so many of us are falling off, and you're not having the success you want. You're not reaching those goals because you're not implementing. And the problem is, that's because there's some block you have. You either have a block, you have a challenge, and you need a deeper level of support on that. So that is what I wanted to share with you today, ladies. And I want to know if you have any questions about anything. Hello, greetings from the U.S. Back to you in the U.K., Joanne. Ladies, let me know if you have any questions about this. Yeah, and Chanel, yes, folks will spend money on what they want. Yep, self-investment is not part of the culture by majority, especially people of color, but it should be. Exactly. And it's like what makes people feel good, and there's nothing wrong with feeling good, but it's like also what is setting you up for your greatest good? What is setting you up for your highest level of good, your highest financial good, right? Also, like that should not replace just feeling good in the moment. And thank you. Congratulations on day 5. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you so much. Yeah, and one of the things too with this whole journey becoming a rich woman, it is a process, right? um it is a process. Rosetta said how she started her business, I believe she said back in 2006. Look where she is now. It's a process. And also, Joanne mentioned that yesterday. She has clients, they want results in a day. They want to get clients in a day. That's not how it goes, right? And again, it's a process to becoming a rich woman. And so to continue that process, you need to be able to be flexible, and you need to be able to implement the strategies that are going to help you on the journey. And it is a very incredible, worthwhile journey, but it is a journey. So you don't get rich in 2 days, right? But you can get there faster, much, much faster than you're doing right now when you do these two things and you implement, and you also have a flexible strategy. So, ladies, please feel free to let me know if you have any questions about anything I've talked about. And, you know, and, you know, yeah, I'm going to see what Chanel says. Yes, it's not about just feeling good, but setting yourself up for the greater good. Yes, exactly, exactly. And that is a mindset issue, right? And that's what Angelique talked about. She said how, I don't know if it was 80 or 90. She's like 80 or 90% of this is mindset. It really, really, truly is. And that is a big area for all of us to get more support, because you have, your own internal mindset that you grew up with. Like I was telling you, the way I was with the credit cards, I was like, oh, I got some money. It wasn't really my money, it was credit cards, but I'm using it like crazy. I didn't have that when I was younger, right? I didn't have that. Or you have your influences from other people, you have your family, you have the media telling you, oh, everything's going to hell, right? You have all of this around you. So mindset is so important. And again, flexibility. You want somebody that's going to help you to change your mindset. You want the support that's going to help you do that. And also implementation. You need to have someone that's going to help you implement the actions and mindset. They go together, right? They really, I see so much more and more. And I was, Joanne talked about that a whole lot, about the things she does to help her be in a rich mindset, right? And Rosetta too, she was like, she was talking about how she started putting herself in travel environment like before she had all this money, and her mindset and all of this. So it's really, really important and critical. And so those are the things I wanted to say to you, ladies. And so if you want to talk to me about helping you with your money, I would love to do that. So I'm going to share a link for you at the end of the training. You could set up a complimentary business setup clarity call. So what the call will be about is how your business is set up, and this is going to be like, do you have it registered? How is it registered? What do you have in place for your financial system? Things like that. And also your personal finances, because they're always going to interplay. They're always going to impact each other, and they're both there. They're two separate things, but they're always interchanging, and they're always having an impact one on the other. And so we'll talk about that too, like how you're doing with your money. What's the challenges you're having and why you're not getting where you want to go. And then we'll talk and see if I can help you with one of my programs. Like I told you with my client recently, it was so wonderful. We did an intensive and I helped her set up her business. We literally did it there on the Zoom meeting. And so that's something I offer. And also my Maximize Your Money coaching program for women entrepreneurs, where we work on your personal and your business finances, like your student loans, your credit card debt, your business, right? Your business credit card, your business debt, things like your insurance. Like just like you need insurance in your personal life, you need it in your business. So these are a lot of the things that we do and help you to make progress toward your money goals, and to make progress in knowing that your business is protected, you're protected, and that you are saving some money. You have more money, you're paying things down, you're saving up more money. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna put that link in there for you after this training is done. So if you want to set up a call with me, we could always do that, and we could always talk, and you could see if I could possibly help you or if we would be a good fit. And so I don't really have anything else, ladies, today. That was pretty much the training I wanted to share with you. Like I said, if you have any questions, I welcome them. And I'm glad you could see me. I still, this is insane. I've never had this happen. I've never been on one where I don't see anything, but it does say that, it's running. So I appreciate you letting me know. And yeah. And I think that's all I wanted to share with you today, ladies. I'm checking my notes really quickly. Yeah, so I have really enjoyed doing this series. Please feel free to share what you most got from the series, what you took away from it, what you found most helpful. This has been fantastic, and I'm probably going to do it again sometime very, very soon. Um, yeah, feel free to let me know what you most got out of it, what you most enjoyed. And yeah, that's it, ladies. And I really appreciate you joining me for day 5. And again, these are the top two things that can propel you to become a rich woman much faster is a flexible strategy and knowing when to change your strategy and knowing how to change your strategy and knowing the best strategy for what you're trying to achieve and also implementing. So when you're hitting those challenges, when you're having a hard day, when you're having something that's coming up and you're being asked to do something like, my client, when we were setting up her business, there was a lot of things that come with a business, like business licenses, all these other things. When you don't know what to do, you want to be able to have someone you can go to who's an expert, who's professional, and who knows how to help you get through that step and make it happen so you can keep building your business and growing your business and making money and becoming a rich woman. And so, lady, that's it for me today. So, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to just give it another moment for any questions or comments. And I have enjoyed so much being with you. And I hope you have an amazing rest of the weekend. And I'm just looking here in the comments. Let me see on my phone too. Let's see if there's anything on the phone. Okay. Okay, I see the same thing on my phone. So thank you so much for joining me and have an amazing rest of the week. And as always, ladies, remember to own your finances. And thank you so much. Okay, have a great, great day. Bye bye. Bye bye, ladies.